I want to thank everybody for coming out. My name is Johnny Mangoris, a.k.a. Johnny Mango. Or if I'm on the West Coast and my friends are mad at me, it's Johnny Blankin Mango. So tonight, if things aren't going bad, you can throw that little expletive in the middle there. So first and foremost, the most exciting part about tonight is what we've created. We finally got our sound system working great. We have our audio part working great. And we can thank Spectrum Production for that. Dan Van Hook, Scott and John and William. Raise your hands so people can see you. What's exciting about tonight is this is our first segue into actually recording this and putting a show together. We've got great plans on what we're going to do with this. We love the fact that we're going to have some local programming here in Southeast Minnesota. We can do a lot of different things on it, showcase some great things, and let kind of the rest of the state, maybe in the country, know what's happening here in Southeast Minnesota with great food, handsome co-hosts, and a medium audience. So that's the key thing. Well, that's because our co-host tonight's very handsome. So we had a little fun on the radio, and I've gotten lots of comments about it. So one of the fun things that we talked about is one of the dessert that we're making tonight was inspired by Alec Baldwin. How many people know who Alec Baldwin is? Okay. How many know his famous Saturday Night Live skit? Right? With those wonderful, delicious, authentic, sweaty balls. So I figured that we would make our own version. So we were going to call them Johnny Mango's balls, but Mark said that wouldn't be appropriate. So we're calling them Big Mark Clark's pumpkin balls.
No, we're not.
Right?
No,
Is that what we're going to do? So I figured that would be kind of fun.
Do not put that in your mouth. No.
So the funny thing is I told my wife and kids that we were going to be kind of having fun and talking on the radio. And my youngest daughter goes, "Dad, do you talk about your balls a lot?" And I was just like, "Okay, honey, that was joking." She goes, "I know, Mom told me to do that." 'Cause I just kind of got a little hot under the collar when she was saying that.
Surprisingly, he does.
Yeah.
That's the weird part.
So, and I'm going to tell a couple of stories about my kids, which is really funny. But without holding it off any longer, I'm going to bring up our co-host tonight, which is really exciting. What makes it really exciting isn't that he's a local celebrity or that he's a horrible cook to make me look even better, because we've had Ari out here, Ari Colas from Apollo, and that's about as horrible of a cook as you can be and still showcase skills to people. If you saw how he was trying to cut that avocado and dicing onions, it was pretty funny. So, but what was really exciting about this is I ran into Mark down at Oktoberfest, which still makes me laugh because Minnesota has a 3-month-long Oktoberfest, whereas where I'm from in Washington, it's like 3 days. So back when we were doing Oktoberfest in September,
Yep.
I said, "Hey, what would you think about being my co-host on this little show I do?" And I didn't even have to explain it. He goes, "I'm in. Which one?" And I said, "Well, I think I have October or November available." He goes, "I don't care which one. Plug me in." So since then, he's talked to me a couple times. He's texted me. He's made some phone calls. And it was really exciting to get into the studio and talk about this. And that's what makes it really fun, is to have somebody that wants to actually do this. So I'm going to introduce him to come on up here. Mark, why don't you come up on stage so we can kind of let people know.
Thank you very much.
Can you, wide-angle camera, please? Mark Sprayle, I want to make sure people can see him.
Hang on, don't. I didn't realize it was that long to the table. Hang on, I'm not in that good a shape. Hang on. Okay. I was going to run up here, and then I rethought that halfway through. That was a terrible idea.
See, he said because it's out of shape, but that's about his 5th glass of wine. He's already had 2 shots of Jack. Because I know Jack Daniel's your favorite drink, right?
No, it's not. No, Jack and I quit talking a long time ago.
Yeah, so.
How you guys doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. And I apologize in advance for anything I cook for you. I'm just going to throw that out. We're in Med City.
What are you doing?
We're in Med City, so I got to have medical gloves, right? That's how the proper form, right?
And they look
That's
like
what the doc, never mind.
And they look like they fit, too.
They do.
Yeah.
Aren't they a beautiful?
In about 5 minutes, this part of his arm is going to be dark purple.
Well, it's gonna knock out your eye when it explodes. So
here's.
Hey, in all seriousness, thank you for letting me be a part of this. I'm really excited about this.
My pleasure.
I am a home cook. I'm not a very good cook, but I told Johnny, I said, if I could learn just a couple things from you that I could take to my family for Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything like that, I really would appreciate it. So I'm very honored to be here tonight. So thank you for having me.
Well, that's really great, because I also heard that at your house, your wife does all the cooking and she cleans up after you and after her.
Yeah, my wife is a great cook. She's one of the best people in the world. She's one of the reasons why I have a smile on my face all the time.
She's one of the
right
best
over there.
people in the world because she's here.
She's right over there, yeah.
Let's give her a round of applause. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, she also told me that when you're cleaning in the kitchen, she can't stand the fact that you wash your hands, use the towel, and put that same towel back away in the
No,
drawer.
I don't do that.
She says
I don't
you
do
need
that
to
at
change
all. That's
that.
not appropriate. I don't do, where I'm from, we don't do stuff like that. So,
She told me it was
she's
her.
lucky if I don't store extra food in a sock and put it in the fridge. I mean, that's how, you consider yourself lucky I didn't do that. So, my daughter's here too. Jaden's here. Hi, Jaden. Her
Nice.
boyfriend Jake is here. Yeah,
Oh, that's the one, huh?
that's the one. So
He's not as bad as you said.
No, he's okay.
Does he know that I have family in Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking later, young man.
He's great.
Yeah. So now we had a little fun yesterday, not just on the radio, but sharing funny stories about
Yes.
alcohol.
Yes. Oh,
So if you've ever come to one of these dinners here and know, or any of the Johnny Mangos things, we don't stock Crown Royal at the bar.
no, and I'm very disappointed in that.
We don't stock Crown Royal because now anyone that's under 18 years old in here today, this is a fabricated story. It's not true. But when I was 15, I decided that it would be a great idea to see what Crown Royal tasted like.
That's always a good idea at 15,
so it's
isn't
been,
it?
Yeah, so since I was 15 when this happened, so this was about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I have not had a sip of Crown Royal since. And
I know,
Mark,
I couldn't find it at the bar tonight, so.
And Mark can't drink Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Jack and I quit talking a long time ago.
So
Jack is
anyways,
not my
yeah,
friend.
so we're not gonna have those tonight, but we are gonna make Jack Daniels potatoes.
Great.
And Crown, I'm teasing.
Let's
So,
do it.
Yeah, now,
I won't eat it, but let's do it.
okay, so the whole theme of tonight's dinner is this. We're gonna teach how to make gourmet meals out of leftover Thanksgiving Day stuff. So that's kind of the whole feel of it, which is,
Now, how many of you host Thanksgiving at your house? A lot of people? We do too. I don't have a very big family. My wife has a huge family, so I'll have 30 people at my house for Thanksgiving, and I will
30
go,
is huge?
well, I mean, compared to where I'm from, because I don't have any family, that's huge to me. So I'll do like 5 turkeys and have a lot left over. And I'm like, I have no idea what to do with this. None. And so for, 3 months after that, I'm walking around in the, what's the turkey stuff that makes you tired?
Whatever that, I can't remember what it is.
The TLC
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
it is. The tryptophan or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm walking around in that kind of haze for like 3 months because I'm eating it every day, trying to get rid of it. I said, Johnny, we got to do something with Thanksgiving. We got to do something that can kind of get rid of this. And he goes, I got this.
This is good. That's exactly, and that's a true story. We were sitting right there at the Oktoberfest in September.
Yep.
And kind of going through it. So here's what we came up with our first one. We have ham at Thanksgiving. Okay, we have sweet potatoes, right?
Yep.
That's part of a Thanksgiving Day dish.
Well, not mine,
so
but-
we're gonna. You don't have sweet potatoes at yours?
No, I'm not a sweet potato guy. But that's okay. That's okay.
Now, are these orange things sweet potatoes?
I have no idea. About 30% of this, I have no idea what it is.
We went through every single one of these things.
I
too.
don't, is that lettuce?
Close.
Close, okay.
Romaine.
You can tell I clearly have not seen lettuce in a long time.
I was actually gonna say lettuce, vegetables, cherries.
I would have agreed with you, so.
But he goes, ooh, pie. Oh,
Yeah, I know the
stuffing,"
pumpkin
he
pie.
said. He said stuffing.
Let's set that by.
Oh.
He goes, where should I set this? And I go, in my truck. I don't have a problem with that at all.
So, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something a little different. You're not gonna keep those gloves on, are you?
I am.
Why?
Because this is the sanitary thing to do, right? Big round of applause for the gloves, everybody. Big round of applause for the gloves. See?
I'll feel uncomfortable every time I reach for this honey. I'm gonna be kind of,
Yeah.
kind of turn an angle.
It's all
over.
about being healthy.
Oh, I just got kind of that same feeling when my daughter was asking me about my balls. I kinda
Wow.
get that. Okay, so
Wow.
now one of the fun things that we do here is we'll also share some family stories.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with my first one.
Okay.
And I usually talk about my mom or dad and something funny, but this kind of was a funny story. Is my 16-year-old, who's when she was 12, was getting curious about sex ed.
Okay.
And so we were watching. I think it was. How horrible is this that a Greek can't remember this? The show with John Stamos on it. Full House.
Full
Yeah.
House,
So
yes.
we're watching that, and the word virgin came on. And so I'm like,
Oh, be thankful she knew what that was. Be thankful.
she did it. So she asked like 9 times what a virgin was. And finally my wife goes, you know what, honey, we're not ready to have that discussion right now. When we're ready,
Wait a minute, how old was she?
12.
Okay. I thought you said she was 16. I'm
Well,
like,
she's 16.
yes, she's ready. God, I'm going to call her right now and tell her not to do it.
Now she's 16. So,
Okay.
so my wife and I talk, and my wife's like, okay, I'm going to give the speech on the birds and the bees to the girls because we have girls. I was like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah,
So we sat
like
down.
you put up a big fight on that. No, I should do. No, you want, okay.
So anyways, she clams up though, my wife. She gets all
clams
stressed and
up.
she couldn't say a word. So I'm like, honey, I'll take it. So I sit down and we're talking about stuff. And so I was like, well, I heard you ask your mom what a virgin was. She's like, yes. And I go, well, honey, a virgin is someone who's never had sex. And she goes, oh, okay. I go, honey, do you know what sex is? She goes, no. So I said, oh my God, if I could just bottle
like
this
a little
up right
tear
now.
just
Yeah.
dribbled down
If I
my
could just
eye. I'm like, thank
bottle
you.
that moment up for forever. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. Fred, I won't even tell the story about you with that part because they're here. When they're, I'm actually going to say that story.
Fred, go in the
Noah
back.
and Brooke,
Go in the back, Fred.
Noah and Brooke, go in the back, please. Go in the back. Come on.
Oh, your kids are here.
Hi.
Your 16-year-old is here.
No, that's Fred's kids. I want to tell
Oh,
this funny
okay.
story too. No, Brooke and Noah, go in the back. I'm not kidding. And don't come back out here.
Yeah, like they can't hear it back there.
Yeah,
Like that's
so-
going to protect
But
them.
at least I'll feel better about it.
Okay, all right.
So we have a really good time here at Johnny Mango's. We all have a good time. We have fun with each other. We tease each other. I get the brunt of most of it, especially when it comes to taking reservations, letting them know when we have events, letting them know that we have an event tomorrow.
Sure.
So anyway, so I get the brunt of a lot of the jokes. But I'm in the back with Fred one day, and his son and his 16-year-old girlfriend both work for us, and they were running a little late. So we're trying to call, we're texting, zero response, nothing. So Fred's like, God, I know they're good kids. He goes, but I get so worried when, they're just alone, they've been dating for a while. I go, Fred, you have nothing to worry about. It's like, why? I go, Noah would make a great father. So Fred literally
Wow.
he just goes, you know what? That's funny. And he goes, but that hurts. He goes,
Yeah.
I've got to walk out here. So we do have a little fun with that. So, and now
Yeah, Fred, not so much. Yeah, I know. And Fred's like, hey, you're real money.
yeah. Oh, Fred's got me more than a couple times. So,
Don't ask for a knife because he will throw it at you tonight.
yeah.
So
And it's a good thing I've seen him throw, so I'm not too worried. I don't think he can hit you from over there with a knife.
I was
So tonight's
not-
the pick on Fred night.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so now
Fred's
we're going to
like-
start right off. So fire up your burner here. Make sure it lights up. Okay, we got that.
Is it on?
Yep.
All right, there we
Gonna
go.
Put that right on there. So we're
I
going to
do
do
not
something.
have one of these in my house.
Those are actually really great. So I was introduced to one of these. We used them for the first time on Brazilian night here. And it was really fun because we had this whole station back there set up. And there's a couple people here that were here for Brazilian night. That's in January, by the way, and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about it. But so we were going to do this great idea where we had this giant pork loin on a sword. We coated it with all these great seasoning. We poured 151 on it, and then we lit it on fire.
Nice.
And so our sous chef is holding it up like this as the 151 is dripping down his arm. So he's doing this, and he's trying to get the fire to go out of his arm. So it was pretty funny. So that's what I said.
I'm not doing that tonight,
Yeah.
by the way. I'm not going to set myself up. Well, I hope I don't.
So this is 151. So what I would take is I want you to rub the 151 on the oil. Take the gloves off.
The 151, what are we doing? I don't know
kidding.
what the
There's no
151 is.
151. It's
Okay,
all-
good.
it's all
God,
of
I peed a little bit just then, man. I'm like, 151? You just told the story. I'm not.
Okay. You're going to rub just a little bit of olive oil on there. And that's olive oil right there.
Like how much? Okay.
Perfect.
All right, okay. All right.
Maybe a little heavy.
Well, look at me.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Okay, so
And
now.
am I doing this right?
Yep, so now you're going
Okay,
to.
this is the way I do it at home. Okay.
I'm not even going
I
to
got
touch
it.
that one.
I got it.
I'm just going to leave
I got
that
it.
one alone. Okay. So now you're going to take a little bit of the kosher sea. Not yet. Don't put it in there yet. You're going to take a little
Okay.
bit of the kosher
Okay. Little
sea
bit.
salt and cracked black pepper.
Okay. Hang on.
You know
Bam! Is that what we do?
I just peed a little.
That's like the only cooking show I've ever seen, so I thought I had to.
That scared me.
Is that okay?
That's perfect. Yep.
Okay, good. Throw that back in there.
So some of you have heard this, but did you
I'm
hear how-
rocking this right now, you guys. Do you see that? It's like the best salt it's ever had.
Man, that really did scare me. I thought I was getting. So, did you guys hear how I enunciated black pepper? Some of you know this story. I made a Freudian slip one of these days, and I
No,
asked
you
for
did not.
the black
This is smoked
pecker
butter. Oh, hey.
instead of black pepper.
Wow, it's a family
And then
show,
when they
Johnny.
brought me the pepper mill out here,
Yeah?
it's this long,
Big black
and it's a
pecker
black
looking
pepper
thing,
grinder.
yeah.
So everybody started laughing. I didn't get it at first. So now,
How do you not, when
Okay.
somebody hands you a big black pecker, how do you not get that? How does that not, I don't, you know.
okay, take the romaine and
all
grill
right,
it for
okay,
God's sakes.
all right.
Okay,
Well,
so
you're
we're
talking
grilling
about peckers.
romaine.
I don't know what we're doing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So it's actually the pan's getting nice and hot, which is good, which is what you want.
It's
All of them, just put them all in.
put them
Keep-
all in.
See, I wasn't lying. Look,
You know,
need
he
some black
said
pepper.
nothing. Well, there we go. Hang on. I know how to hold a big black pepper. I said pepper, not pecker. Ha,
I know.
I told you.
Okay, so put
Oh,
that in
this
there.
is cooking fast.
It is, and that's what we want.
Okay, all right. This is popping too.
Okay, so you're
Should
gonna
wear
just
some
take
safety
it
glasses. Oh,
and
what are
just
you doing?
spin it
'Cause
around. You're gonna flip it
that's
over?
not the way I do it at home. I have tongs for this at home.
You do?
I do.
How do you get that? You don't get the collagen built up on your hand if you
The
have tongue.
collagen. That's the last thing I
Okay,
need.
now that it's already browning, just leave it on
Hang
there,
on.
but
Can
turn
I,
it off.
Can I flip it?
That's not a flip pan. Those are
Oh,
square.
okay. All right, we're gonna turn that off.
We'll do some flipping. So
Okay,
just leave
all
it right there.
Okay, all right. I was
So-
gonna flip it, man. I was gonna flip the shit out of that.
Okay, so now we've got that there. So
Okay.
those are cooling down.
All right.
We are now going to take and we're going to take this right here. You're going to cut it up into little cubes. This is leftover ham, as you can see. It's not pre-done. It's
Is it like a year old?
well, we actually used it last year for Thanksgiving.
Perfect.
So yeah,
No food poisoning whatsoever tonight.
Well,
All right, so what am I doing?
you're going to cube it up.
I'm gonna cube it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Huh?
Thank you.
What do you?
You told me it wasn't
Thank
lit.
you very much. Thank you.
Someone got your humor.
What?
Is
Yeah,
that
I know.
was that your wife?
No, that was Dan. Dan's way back in the back. Say
Dan
hi to
Hova, by the way, from
I work with
Laser, is
Dan.
one of the, and I want to say this because Dan and I came up with this together, and we were trying to figure out what to call it. And Dan actually, I think, was the one that came up with Tableside with Johnny Mango.
Oh,
So-
really? I didn't
So
know
Dan,
that.
let's give Dan a round of
Nice.
applause.
Nice, Dan.
Okay.
There you go, cube, sir.
Okay, you're gonna
Ready?
before you put it in there.
Okay.
We've got some 5 different seasonings in here.
Okay.
We've got Cajun.
Cajun.
We've got
Aye.
yeah. We've got. So
I'm
now
from
when you
there.
do this, you have to say onion.
Onion.
Okay.
I am from the south, so,
So
I
you're
will
going to take
onion the hell
all
out
of this seasening and you're going to put it right on there.
I'm gonna, so just
Yep,
gonna-
and then you're going to
okay.
mix it
All
together,
right.
so it's
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna mix it
It's
together.
got
All right.
cayenne.
Cayenne.
It's got
This
cumin.
is still cooking.
I know,
I'm
that's
concerned
good.
about this.
No,
Okay.
it's
all right.
off. There's no,
Okay. All
things
right.
don't cook when there's not fire underneath
Okay,
them.
because I don't trust you at this point. I'm telling you right now. I don't.
Here, hold on, let me.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Thank you. It all tastes better with a big back.
God, that black pepper's all greasy now.
Edit that out. I swear to God, edit that out. Okay.
I said black
You
pepper.
cannot. This is not. This will never make it on cable
here,
even.
right.
Okay. I
Okay,
didn't
so
see
now
that on the radio.
we
for
took
God's
that
sakes.
all those seasonings. So it's Cajun,
Cajun.
red pepper,
Watch this. Watch,
brown
watch,
sugar.
Watch. Watch.
That's good.
You see that? Huh?
That's
huh?
good.
Huh? Huh? You're welcome.
I need a Jack Daniels on the rocks, please. Okay, now we're going to take sweet potatoes.
sweet potatoes.
You're going to put them right in there.
Sweet
Mix them in
potatoes.
there. Yep.
A little sweet potato.
Yep.
Okay.
And now, while they're right here, this pan we want hot.
Okay.
So you can see that it's actually
We have this
getting-
one hot already. We can do
Right,
that
but
one.
this is what we're going to cook this in. So dump that in there,
Okay, and dump it in there. All right.
and
there
we're
we
going to let that saute for a
Saute
second.
it up.
And this needs, even though we don't cook with a ton of butter here, Johnny Mangoes, it needs just a little bit. And why would it need a little bit of butter? When you have something spicy, that creamy and that little texture of the butter really help the spice come out. Make it
Okay.
spicy, but not hurt spicy. Okay, so we've
Well, now,
got
why
this.
do you not use a lot of butter?
It's not very healthy, Mark. I don't know if you realize.
I'm not. But it tastes damn good.
It does taste good.
I don't understand why you wouldn't use butter.
Okay, so the last part that we're doing, and we don't want to caramelize the onion. We want to saute it just a little bit. So
Okay.
we're going to add just a little bit of onion to that.
A little onion.
We're going to add just a little bit of stone brown ale mustard
Okay.
and just a little bit of agave.
Agave.
Why is agave good?
Why? Because it's cactus.
And why is what is that used in?
Tequila.
Tequila. Now tequila's my friend. I like tequila.
Tequila is
Yeah.
my friend.
Who
too.
said me too? Mark, you want to grab a seat? I'm going to have her come up with me for a little bit. So I always like women that like tequila too.
I know.
Okay, so now this is sauteed, and if you're up here, you could smell
That only took like a second.
because the ham is already cooked. We already baked it.
Okay.
The potatoes are true leftovers, so they were already cooked potatoes that we're not taking a fresh product. We're trying to really show how you make a new product out of used product that's already
Okay.
cooked. So we are going to start the next process. We're going to start plating it up. So you're going to
I'm
take,
good at this.
You're going to take those.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you can have some fun with this. So what
Okay.
I would do
Okay,
is
what
I
would
would
Johnny
take them
do?
and I would just lay them and crisscross them and kind of make a really nice tower.
Great, I'm not doing that. A nice tower. How do you crisscross them and make a nice
So
tower?
watch, you're going to go like this.
Okay.
And then set that one right there. Now, to crisscross, Mark, you would then go this way across the romaine. Okay? There you go.
that-
Now, while he's doing that, I'm going to take a little champagne vinegar.
This is hot.
Thank you. A little champagne Dijon, some stone ground mustard, and it's an ale stone ground mustard, agave,
An ale stone ground mustard.
which is really good. It actually uses beer, and it's got a really great flavor. We're going to take a little bit of the olive oil. Okay. We're going to take a little bit of the cracked black pepper and the sea salt. I'm never going to live that down, ever.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Keep telling the story, you will never. live it
And
down.
here's what's really cool. When you emulsify, normally you want to emulsify, you want to use the stick blender, or you have to add some kind of a fat to emulsify. But when you add mustard and you add a little bit of that stone ground mustard, it's got a great texture, and you can see right there that it's got this really
Oh, yeah.
great, and it already looks like it's mixed together. One of my least favorite things ever is when dressings separate,
Sure.
because then I feel like all I get is the oil, and I'd rather have the champagne. So now we've got that. We're going to take this.
Okay.
We're going to put just a little bit on top of that salad, just like that.
Oh, that's coming together.
And
nice.
that is hot, by the way. So
But that's coming together really
Yeah.
nice.
try one.
Feed me. Can we have the band play something while we?
I'll let you have the ham because I was actually going to grab a sweet potato
Oh,
and
I
screw
don't
with
know,
this. There we go.
yeah.
So you can see it's got
Oh,
a great
yeah.
little kick.
Oh, yeah.
But it also has great flavor because you can taste that saltiness of the ham.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of brings everything out. So then we're going to take it. We're going to grab one of our little spoons here.
Okay.
We're going to take this. Go. Well, that's got a little kick to it, doesn't it?
I like it though.
Go along the edge. And then we're going to go right over the top. And then you get to do your favorite thing. Grab a little cracked
Yeah,
black
I do.
pepper.
Here we go.
Oh my God, I'm going to say it
we go.
wrong at one point.
Bam!
There you go.
There we go.
And that is a gourmet restaurant quality
That is
salad
really nice.
with leftovers. So now you'll get these great flavors. So you'll know that when you come to Johnny Mango's, almost all of our salads are aperitif style salads, which means we make dressings that aren't cream based, blue cheese based, because they're delicious. But if we are going to have that salad, we're going to put it at the tail end of our meal.
Right.
And I'll tell you why, because blue cheese and creams and heavy cheeses really numb your palate. So when you go to our little bistro station, you'll see that we have 3 things on there always that reset your palate. Because cheese numbs it. We have those great marinated olives. And then we always have those dried cherries or apricots or something that's really fruity that gets that saliva going again, which is important. So this has salty with the ham.
Yep.
It's got sweet with the potato. It's got the citrus with the dressing. Now, most people don't know that romaine, we consider it a bitter green, right? Because it's kind of bitter. That's because it's picked about 3 weeks too soon. If you actually let romaine actually be fully ripe and then taste it, it's sweet, almost like a Granny Smith apple sweet. So when you try this salad tonight, you're going to see how sweet those greens are. So that's our salad. You have to eat that one. So you're going
Okay.
to take that to your station. And if all those sweet potatoes aren't gone, I was going to say something, but I won't. I'll just
Thank
leave
you.
it be.
Thank you for
so
not threatening
we're going to
me.
let the band come back up. We're going to let you enjoy that first course of salad. And then
Awesome.
we'll be back up. And when we come back up the next time, most of you know this. If you don't, we'll let you know tonight. 10% of all the proceeds that we make from these nights go to the charity of choice of our co-host. So Mark's going to talk about his charity when we get back so we can kind of find out who you're aligned with charity-wise in Rochester.
Awesome.
So thanks again, you guys. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so enjoy the
Enjoy.
salad. Yeah.
Beautiful.